Tim, Apple announced an iPhone with 3 goddamn cameras yesterday, and the only thing I can still think of is Chris Jericho saying a little bit of the bubbly.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
The dude won and he lost a brand new title for a brand new company, and he put out a banger of a single with his new song. That dude's got to be like within the top 5 for August, right? In wrestling?
Oh, yeah.
Gotta think so. You'd have to think so. Jericho and Hangman absolutely killed it at All Out. Like, they absolutely killed it. And they had, mind you, the match before them was that tag team ladder match where motherfuckers were getting Canadian destroyed through tables. And then they came out and, like, just put on a pure wrestling match. It was insane. Chris Jericho's in a rent, and I feel like we say this every time about Chris Jericho whenever he does something, but he's just in a renaissance in his career. I don't know what this man does, like what kind of drugs this man has to take to constantly be not only relevant, but like up there with some of the best wrestlers. But he's doing it, and he's doing it good. He's killing it. He fits his role perfectly. He makes me excited to watch Dustin Rhodes wrestle. God. God. But another name I want to mention within the top 5 of this month, I mean, the month started with SummerSlam, and I still can't get that haunting image of Bray Wyatt's skull as a lantern. That was insane! He beat Finn Balor in a squash match. The Bray Wyatt everyone likes is back, and we don't even know what this Bray Wyatt is, really.
Very true. Very true.
It's again, Bray Wyatt's another one of those guys that you almost thought he was just done. You thought they were just going to slowly weed him out. His merch was going to start going on sale, and you would never really see him anymore. And then all of a sudden, this dude from Slipknot, the guy that makes all the masks for Slipknot, comes around, and all of a sudden we have Bray Wyatt looking quite spooky and scaring children and saying, "See you in hell." God, he's doing a great job with this character right now. It feels this is the most refreshing thing I've seen in wrestling.
And because the character has gotten over so big, they're going to put him in the title match at Hell in a Cell.
Oh, absolutely. Give him the title. Give him all the titles. I don't care. Give him the Intercontinental title, the U.S. title. What's that other one? North American? Give him that one, too. They're coming to USA.
They may be bringing back the European title for NXT UK.
Give him the European title, too. I don't care. Give him everything. He's also in my top 5 this month. But not this month. For August. We're 11 days behind, but we got here regardless. I've named 2. Tim, who are your 2?
You know, one of the first names that comes to mind for me has to be Cody, just because if you watch any of those AEW shows, who is the most over out of anybody? Not the Young Bucks, not Kenny Omega, not Chris Jericho, it's Cody. Where I would have assumed going into all this AEW stuff that the fans would have liked Cody, but I didn't think that they would love Cody the way that they have. And Cody has done a great job, not just winning all of his matches and now becoming #1 contender, but in doing so, making his opponents look top level.
And that was the biggest concern for All Elite Wrestling that I feel most fans probably had, which is how are the elite guys gonna not make themselves look sicko dog mode? Like how are they not gonna make them look, top dogs within that company? And while Cody Rhodes is winning, that Darby Allin match, people are talking about Darby Allin. People like this guy now. His match, I hate Shawn Spears with a firing passion, but hey, he made Shawn Spears look pretty good too.
Oh yeah.
He's been killing it down there. I almost said down there in NXT. He's been killing it down there in AEW, and he's doing it in such a way that like he's not hurting his business. He's excelling his business.
That's for
and
sure.
I think it's fantastic, and I think they gave a clear example of how AEW is planning on doing their championship contendership. So they go, look, Cody's won all of his matches. He's next in line for a belt. And I like that a lot. I like that. See, he's going to lose, though, right? That's going to be his first loss. Is going to be Jericho.
I mean,
I'd have to assume they can't just they can't hot potato that belt immediately, right?
True. And if Cody puts it on himself, the one thing that I think would make the most sense of anything is Jericho goes on a roll, holds that title for like 7-8 months, and Omega beats him. They're doing a thing where Omega can't win. So I think eventually Omega's going to go on a hot streak and become the champion. And who better to beat for Omega than Jericho?
Oh, yeah. That'd be great. That would be great. I would love that. So Cody is one of your guys. Who's that second guy that you wanted to list? And we have to come to agreement on the very last one.
Now, it's not a guy per se. Now some may question this, but thinking of August, not now because they've kind of dwindled a little here in September, but I'm going to go the club. AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, when those guys reformed and became the OC, not the club, unfortunately, they were like just on fire. They were out there. They were wrecking shop. They were destroying Ricochet. They were just...
Everything with Ricochet was fantastic. I think picking Ricochet was like... I don't know. It just felt like the Big Show Rey Mysterio role type
Gallows
thing.
and Anderson won the tag team championships. Yeah.
It
was weird that September saw them take a step back, but if we're looking at just August, I'm going to have to say that the club had a very impactful month of August. Or the OC. My bad.
Do you remember the beat up John Cena thing? Do you remember that?
Beat up John Cena!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think they didn't drag that thing out again. Did you see AJ take that Stone Cold Stunner last night? It's pretty
Which
neat.
one? He took two of them.
He did take two.
Cool.
I like the one where he dropped to the knee. He made up for it with a weird scissors kick in the midair. I like that a lot.
And did you see that The Rock praised him for that scissors kick in midair?
I did see that. A lot of people were praising him. I'll give him that. I kind of gave him for dropping to the knee for the stunner, but I was like, you know what? He might have got some more bounce on that, and
Exactly.
I'll take it. Who cares? So we've got 4 names now. And now we need one, and I'm going to name that name, and I'm sure we're both going to agree on it. He's a handsome man. He's a truthful man. He tells the truth no matter what. And he's from Australia, and he's got cool hair, and his name is Buddy Murphy.
I see where you're coming from. Buddy Murphy.
It's got to be. He told the truth about Rowan attacking. About Rowan, and he still got his ass kicked. If anything, he's the babyface in that feud.
And I think, unfortunately, Murphy did have a good August. He was featured well on SmackDown, had great matches with Roman Reigns, beat Daniel Bryan, like you said, told the truth and still got attacked for it. And then for some reason in September, like the club, they took a step back with him. But if we're, again, looking just August, I think when you look at the matches he had in the ring and the, what's the word I'm looking for, the buzz he had online with the fans.
Oh, yeah. He was literally the best kept secret.
I think Buddy Murphy was one of the top pro wrestlers for August as well. I would have to agree.
So our top pro wrestlers for this August, just to list them back real quick, we've got Mr. Christian Jericho. That's not his name. It's Chris Jericho. The Fiend. Cody. The Club.
No, the OC.
The OC. Kill me. I'd rather choke myself. And Buddy Murphy. Now, we're a little bit into September already. We still have a ton of time to go. Give me a couple of names you're looking forward to and what you want to see from this coming September so we can talk about it at the end of the month to see how our kind of predictions went. I'll start off. I think this month you're going to see a really, really big push of Mr. Baron Corbin. And finally, Baron Corbin has gotten out of the stage where he is not only he's getting the right kind of heat finally. He's not getting get off my TV heat. He's getting like wrestling fans understand that you are the bad guy. He is the good guy. We are going to boo the bad guy for being a good bad guy. That's what they're going to do to Corbin. And that's what Corbin has been trying to do. At WWE, the management did everything they could to stop him by literally blaming Raw's horrible ratings on him. Finally, that he's got that off of his back. He's shaking it off. And I think he's going to do a great job as a heel in the coming month.
So if I'm going to say one name that I'm looking forward to see what they do in September, I wouldn't have said this before yesterday, but Kevin Owens, based off of the whole Shane McMahon fired him on SmackDown, where does that lead? Is he just going to move to Raw? Is he going to try and get revenge on Shane McMahon? Is this
he's going to join Undisputed Era.
If you would have let me talk, I was going to say, is this going to lead to him going to NXT? Because after SmackDown last night, Kevin Owens sent out a very cryptic tweet.
Put the tweet up now. The tweet's on screen.
Tweet said nothing more than 14, 26, 20.
What does that mean?
Now,
14, 26, 20.
Now, at first, I'm like, what is it, a locker combination? I don't know.
He's going to school?
No, he could be going back to the Performance Center, getting a locker down there at the PC or whatnot.
I would have never thought of it like that. I like that thought.
That's what I was thinking. Like, because that's the first thing I thought. 3 numbers, locker combo. What the f***? And then I started thinking, and I don't know why I started thinking this, and I go, what if this is something cryptic and not just him being silly with some sort of locker combo?
Right.
And I know he's talked about wanting to do stuff with Adam Cole. So then for some reason, my mind went to, well, if you look at the alphabet, does this mean anything? And I looked it up. I'm like, 14.
Nah, dude, I can't read.
I'm like, 14. Well, I didn't have to read. I counted.
That's fair. I'm still working on that one.
14, N. 26, X. Whoa. 20 is T. Is Kevin Owens going to NXT? And that right there, like I said, I wouldn't have said Kevin Owens before yesterday, but after that tweet, could be nothing. Could be one of those Kevin Owens wants to screw with everybody things, but it could be him insinuating that maybe he wants to or is gonna go to NXT.
Would be a great time, especially with NXT coming to USA. God, that would just be a fantastic time.
I mean, they need a couple big main roster names.
Oh yeah, they do.
And I mean, who are you gonna put out there? And no offense, like they put down there Breezango, and some
Easy,
have said,
I'll tell you exactly who you put down there: Kevin, Sammy, and Cesaro. Just bring those guys back. Those are the core anyway. I call that my core for NXT. Those are like the guys.
Sammy for sure is like
absolutely
NXT through and through.
Oh yeah, and Cesaro. I mean, Sammy and Cesaro had such a good match that it was like a WWE game story mode mission where you had to beat Cesaro.
That was the very first match that ever aired live. I think either on the network or live for NXT on the network. I can't remember exactly which one. Correct me in the comments below.
I believe it was live on the network.
Right. I wasn't sure if it was the network or just an NXT match live.
Yeah. You've got Kevin Owens as your standout for this month. I've got Baron Corbin to hopefully stand out this month. Who do you guys have to stand out this much? Let us know in the comments below, or let me know on Twitter at ArmWeek21. And who did you guys thought had a good August? Who do you guys think had a terrible August? And were we right or wrong? Tell us your guys' thoughts below and on Twitter as well.